Really, the educational world has changed probably since most of us sat in a classroom ourselves, and our teachers are using really a variety of tools, or using technological tools. And teachers aren't really using these technological tools to diminish the classroom or add another layer or put something else on the student. Teachers are using these tools to help connect students, to ultimately do some of the things that we could do in the real classroom. Similar to the way that we open up the door to our regular classroom, let the students in, have our discussions, teach the lessons, collect the homework. That's what the Google Classroom site is. The Google Classroom is really our virtual traditional classroom.
I have all of my classes, they have their own individual Google Classroom pages, and immediately there you have all of your classes listed out, and you can see under each subject title what is due and when it is due. And even Google Classroom sends you reminders the night before. Hey, you have a Strava assignment due Sunday for your gym class. Do you want to turn it in now? So it's really good about keeping you updated.
The Google Classroom really is an organizing tool that allows us to kind of keep the classroom space in this virtual area, because really we don't want students to be overwhelmed or burdened by this system that's really meant to kind of streamline things and make it easier for them. You as a parent are going to largely monitor your students' progress through our system of Infinite Campus. Infinite Campus is our attendance system, and Infinite Campus is our gradebook portal. And teachers also provide feedback in our Infinite Campus system through the gradebook portal to let you know that the student didn't quite master this skill, or perhaps the student missed the deadline but could still turn something in. So that's an important communication piece for us as well.
Something that teachers have been doing for quite some time now is assigning YouTube videos for their students to watch. But when you add an application like EdPuzzle onto that, you can make sure your students are actually learning from said video.
EdPuzzle, which is really a video format that allows students to watch a video, stop at certain points of the video, and check for understanding, that students would type in a response or answer a question, and the teacher can get almost immediate feedback to see if the student is understanding the concept that ultimately is being shared on the video.
So it really just allows you to take online resources and activities that we've been using for quite some time in the classroom, even before the hybrid model, but make it even more interactive and even more beneficial to the students' education.
Other teachers are using things like Jamboard. It's like a virtual whiteboard. So in the old world, or in the traditional school, we might have brainstormed at the whiteboard. We might have had students share ideas or go up to the board. Clearly in the virtual world, we can't do that. Jamboard is a tool that allows teachers to set up a virtual whiteboard, and students can sticky note onto the Jamboard ideas that they have, brainstorms that they have.
So it's interesting to engage with your other classmates in that way versus just typing and commenting on a Google Doc or something. It's nice to use these online forums and resources to communicate and learn in a more fun and interactive way online.
They can work in teams. We've set up breakout rooms for students in our classes where students can meet with small groups. That was one of the things we were really concerned about, is how do we keep perhaps group work? How do we keep that smaller sense where students can share ideas, not perhaps in the large classroom of 30, but maybe in a group of 4 or 5.
When you can kind of read other students' ideas via whatever format your teacher may use, if it's a program like Jamboard, or kind of a competitive atmosphere with something like Quizlet or Kahoot or something like that, where you're reviewing terms together as a class and kind of competing to see who can answer the most accurately as well as quickly. So it's an interesting thing that you can even come back to after class and see, oh, what did people do? What did they think?
So the at-home day that we've really tried to kind of strengthen, I think again because of some of the misconceptions that perhaps it was a day off, or it was a day that my student didn't need to go to class. While you may not have the actual time with your teacher, teachers are assigning homework that students would have to do, or maybe a skill that they would be working on. And again, also the expectation that we would not have students do things that they'd not been instructed on.
So you really need to maximize those days at home in order to take what you've learned in your instruction days from your teacher and apply that to the homework assignments that they give or the take-home assessments that they give. And you can really think about it, work independently, take that day, formulate any questions you have for the next time you see your teacher.
This year more than ever, we appreciate the fact that parents are checking in, saying, have you been able to get your work? What are you working on when you're at home? The way that probably helps you understand this a little bit better is really to spend some time with your child, sit down with your student, say, can I take a look at your Google Classroom? It gives you a sense of what your student is talking about. It gives you a sense of what your student is seeing when he or she opens the virtual classroom door. Given the challenges of the pandemic, I think our district has worked very hard to build a 5-day curriculum. And so while students may not be working minute by minute from 7:30 to 3, there still really is that expectation that students are meeting with their teachers, completing their at-home portion. So we do have that time built into our calendar, into our schedule from 1 to 3 p.m., where students who need assistance, or maybe even students who need enrichment, are able to come and meet with their teacher yet again to get that help.
Your teachers are willing to help. Most of them are more understanding than you may think. I know it's hard to feel like you have a relationship with your teachers, but they are there for you, and more often than not, they'll be willing to help you outside of class as well in that 1 to 3 tutoring time block as well. So take advantage of that, because that's a resource that a lot of students don't use, and teachers are just kind of waiting to help someone. So be mindful that opportunity is there for you as well. There's a lot of help out there. There's a lot of people even in our school who want to help you. So that's what I would suggest, take advantage of those resources.